Hi guys. Well, hi Will, hi Sam. We're
Hi.
live. Uh,
Hello,
Welcome
and
to
we're back
episode.
for another episode.
Yeah, this is very exciting for our new episode. Welcome back,
Yes,
guys.
so what do we have now in store for the viewers, Edsir?
In store for the viewers. So, let's see. Today our topic we're gonna tackle fitness and nutrition. So it's something new, right? From our past episode, we talked about mental health, but we can also relate that somewhat to fitness and nutrition, right? So that's it. Basically, we'll just say hi to the viewers. Hi everyone.
Hi
Hoping
guys.
that you
Good
have a great
evening.
night.
Hello, how are you? I hope all your mental I hope everyone's doing great mentally and physically and
Yeah.
emotionally. Yeah, I wish.
All right. Okay. But before we introduce the guests, I would like to say um, happy birthday, Sir Kian, from the Computer Business
Happy
Association
birthday,
family.
sir.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, sir. Hope that you had a
Hope you
great
had a good one po.
birthday kahit quarantine. Alam mo naman. So, hope everything's okay, guys. Hope to see you soon, Sir K. So,
Sir
there.
K, I saw you na eh.
You went to Vanille, right?
Yeah, I did. Just
Okay.
weeks ago, yeah, I did.
Yeah. So, there. Now, I'll introduce our guests. So, I'll introduce the first guest, then we have another guest. Basically, we have two guests tonight. So,
Yes.
Okay.
the I'm gonna currently introduce the former VP for fitness and nutrition and fitness improvement team. So he's my good friend, and he's my high school friend. Also, it's been a long time that I've talked to him and seen him. So I'm
Wow,
happy
so
to
dito lang pala.
introduce. Oh, so dito lang talaga, di ba? So basically, this is the stream that where I can,
Catch up.
ask him catch up. Yeah. So I want to welcome Enrique Escober. Welcome, Enrique.
Hey, hello.
Good evening, everyone. Yes, it has
Good
indeed been a
evening.
long time, Edgar. Actually, been
Wait.
5 years at this point since we last
Yeah,
Wow,
five
that's
spoke
years.
to each
long.
other. And I don't think we're seeing each other physically anytime soon, which is a bummer, but hopefully things get better.
Yeah, hopefully.
Enrique,
Okay.
I have a question. Really, really
Go
random
ahead.
question before we go into the interview. Do you have an older brother?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Is he batch
Ooh.
2014? Wait. Is he batch 2014?
Batch 2014 in Zopel, yeah, high school, and batch
Tell
2018.
your brother I said hi. Tell your brother I said hi.
All right, I will.
He's my batchmate.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
Okay.
Medyo ngayon lang nag-sink in sa akin yung apelido niya. That's so
Okay.
very nga pala. That's so
Sige,
very
sige.
nga.
One in a
Now,
million.
guys, let's introduce our second guest. Basically, he's the current VP for fitness and nutrition in fitness improvement team. I follow their Facebook page.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
kaya fan din ako ng team nila. So, I want to introduce Santi Arroyo. Welcome, Santi.
Hi, Santi. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Sandy. Good
And
evening.
before we continue, just so you know, it's also Santi's birthday today. So
Oh!
It's Santi's
Oh,
birthday.
Guys,
Yeah.
hindi kakanta.
happy
We're gonna sound so
birthday.
bad. But happy
Thank you.
birthday!
Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Santi.
Happy birthday, Santi.
Thanks, everyone. You, Enrique.
So there. Let's start. So, hey guys.
Alright.
How was your quarantine season? how was staying at home and keeping that fitness alive? Kumbaga.
Nice. Well, initially it was definitely a hurdle for us, and but it's been 5, 6 months right now. So over time, you tend to adapt and improvise, right? So that's actually one thing, one advantage. It's made me a lot more resourceful and creative in maintaining that healthy and balanced lifestyle. And
Mhm.
so far, I've been able to stay on track. So yeah, I think that's also an opportunity to let people know that um, there's still many ways that you can um, pursue your personal fitness uh, goals, and in more ways than one. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Santi?
Uh,
Santi, your mic. Um, yeah, nawawala, bro. Um, yeah, I think the plug.
Still no audio.
Yeah,
how about now?
There
yeah,
we go.
there, good,
There,
There.
better?
yeah,
Okay, good.
better.
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to say I was consistent,
Okay.
because well, it's been hard. It's like you're stuck at home for like because before quarantine, you would go outside, you would go to the gym, you would walk, have a very active lifestyle. But now you're stuck in at home when you spend most of the time sitting down, lying down, and maybe work out once a day or once every other day. So
Mm-hmm.
parang, and then you get lazy, and then the food pa at home, it's
Yeah.
and then yeah, so it's hard to say no. So you end up, gaining a few extra, supply of things. Um, but
Santi,
Bro,
I think your audio's not
Santi,
again.
oh my,
there's
Sorry.
I think the wire has
wait,
has a problem.
wait.
All right, wait. We'll get back to Santi.
yeah. We'll just get back to Santi soon.
Yeah, soon.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
There.
yeah, it's more clear.
There, there.
Thank you. I was just saying, yeah, it was just hard, losing. Well, I actually gained weight. But your parents, plain and simple, because you're stuck at home, and you gain a little, you eat a lot of food, you don't walk as much, you're not as active, and like sometimes I get sad about it, but at the end of the day, it's part of that's the system of actually losing weight. So, of actually getting fit. It's not always just one end deal. Now, oh, you're always gonna look like that. You're always gonna get fit. So, but it's always about picking yourself up from your, what you're every time you fall down, you always pick yourself up and try again. So that's what matters.
So how do you both stay motivated, rather?
Enrique, go
Any
first.
ways?
Yeah. All right, I
It's
can
that
start.
extra
So
push. Yeah.
I think my source of motivation has really goes back to how long I've been doing this. So I began my fitness journey a couple of years ago. So it's been 2 years already, and I think we can talk about this later. But I'll mention how my fitness journey has also had a positive impact on me in other areas outside of fitness, my confidence, my mental health, even my academic performance. Like really gave me that balance. Um, um, that really balanced out my lifestyle and able me to accomplish things in different fields. So I just my source of motivation is not to let quarantine undo all the progress, right? I want to go past beyond the limit. And back when I started my own journey, I had my own share of challenges. So I just look at it as another challenge, and I think that's a true test of your character as well, right? Where it's really um, tested when you experience stress and hardship. And I just want to be that source of inspiration, especially to those I've already inspired and mentored in the past, right? Set an example for them and to encourage them that even if the odds are not in your favor, you may not be dealt the right cards, but you can still do what you can in your own little way and create that ripple effect.
How about you, Santi?
Um, well, I started working out, I would say, as early as 10 years old, but it wasn't because I wanted, to get fit, muscular, etc. Actually, I was diagnosed as a kid with a minor case of cerebral palsy. So the muscles on my right side of my body are actually smaller, weaker, it's more spastic, which is tighter. So I was ever since I was a kid, I would go to therapy, and then one day my mom's like, "Why don't you just go to gym? Just work out, work the muscle out so it doesn't get atrophied, gets tight and small." So I started doing that when I was 10 until around, and then I was in varsity, then to work, be active. And then when I was probably around my senior year in high school, I would, I would, what do you call that? I finally got myself into fitness, and I finally got myself into fitness, and I see how, other than the aesthetic, now, I feel better, I look better. It's also there's a carryover effect in regards to your mental health and your academe, because of the endorphins in your brain and all the other good side effects from working out that actually improve your overall mood and overall health, not only physically but mentally, and also your performance in school. So that's why until now, I kind of have to, whenever I feel down, I have to tell myself, Santi, you have to work out. This will be good for you, and you don't want to lose progress. You don't want to, you don't want all your hard work to go to waste. And the one, Santi, it's good for you. So that's what pushes me to stay consistent in my goals of of fitness and health.
That's
Good.
nice.
Do
Okay.
you guys follow a diet plan, or do you just proportion your
Okay.
food intake na lang?
Yeah. So, okay, I can start. So actually, I don't really believe in all these fad diets like um, keto or the South Beach diet, Atkins, back in the early 2000s, right? So I personally don't do that. However, I have been watching what I take in as fuel for my body. So it's not really a specific fad diet that I follow that's popular like in the media, right? I just try to focus as much as possible on the quality of the food I get. So I just try to balance out my proteins, my carbs, my healthy fat, and I try to limit my intake on processed food. And yeah, as long as you build that discipline over time, it's worked well for me. And I actually changed my own diet and lifestyle, as I said, 2 years back, right? And I've been able to sustain the same thing, right? So I think the fact that I'm still on this diet up to now, I think I can debunk the myths of what people think, or like the concept of the diet that you can't like everything you eat is bland, or that you have to starve yourself. That's definitely not the case, right? There are many misconceptions in that. So bottom line is, I do like basically when people hear the word diet, they think it's avoiding something or eating less of something. But overall, the diet is what your overall intake when it comes to food, right? You basically, if all you eat is junk food and McDonald's fast food, that's still a diet. It's just not an ideal diet, right? So that's what I want to bring to attention, that your diet is your overall intake food, and the quality is what matters over, let's say, quantity. Yeah.
Okay.
For
How about
me,
you, Sam?
I don't. Yeah, as what Enrique said, I don't really follow a diet because, again, diets are restrictive, and then when you always think of a diet, you know, it's very restrictive, and diets are temporary. It's something that you cannot stick with for years to come. because in the end of the day, and when you want to be healthy, if you want to look good, feel good, it's you want to look good and feel good until you're old. You don't want to look good, feel good for the next few months, and then uh, I'll just go back and eat my old food, or like because uh, and also when you eat like diets like keto, paleo, and it's something that you don't like, it's very restrictive. Yeah, you lose weight, you'll feel good after those. Like I finally reached it, but then after those 3 months, okay, I'm done. I already reached my goal. I'm gonna go back to the food I like, and then you're gonna end up gaining all the weight that you that you lost, creating a big yo-yo effect. You're like, okay, I need to lose weight, gain weight, lose weight. So it's not sustainable. It's not. There's no long-term, health, fitness, and actual health to it. So for me, um, I just have to. I try my best to eat smart. Like I don't drink sugared drinks, but I
Mhm.
love sweet. I love to drink something sweet and carbonated. It's just no, no, no. It's just me. It's who I am. So I just end up drinking like non-sugar alternatives, like say Coke Zero, Sprite Zero, something that doesn't give me extra calories that will convert into fat. So extra, but I'm still satisfied in what I eat and what I drink. And I also try my best to not eat anything fried, but it's hard because I'm at home and I can't really control the food I eat. Um, so, but I try my best not to eat anything fried, and I prioritize my meats, and then not eat junk food or maybe like once in a while. So it's really about choosing the foods that you want, that you like, but also making it smart and trying your best to make sure like over time to choose a healthier version of that food you like. Because even if let's say even if say oh keto is very healthy, you're gonna lose a lot of weight. Okay, sige, eat keto, but then the end of the day you hate it, and then you go back to eating the food you like, and then you gain all the weight you get. So it's really about sustainability and something you can be consistent, and the only way you can be consistent and sustainable with something is if you like it. So that's what I think many people should know about eating, properly. It's just you have to make sure you like the food you eat.
That's
So yeah.
nice. That's nice. Oh, by the way, for our viewers, if you have any questions about fitness and nutrition, you may comment down below. You're free to ask anything as long as it fits within fitness and nutrition. Okay.
Yeah.
Kanina po makita ko yung
So
Oh,
yeah.
by the way, how do you keep your fitness training knowledge up to date? Like, do you plan a specific you know this? Do you plan a specific training somehow? Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do personally, within the span of a week, I just try to plan or balance out each day. So for one day, it's my push day. So those are like the muscles that involve the pushing motion, your chest, your shoulders, your triceps. Then full day, so that's the back and bicep. And of course, I gotta train those legs too, and cardio, which is something that gym rats often overlook. But yeah, I try to plan it out in a span of a week. Try to do it at least each muscle group at least twice a week. And in terms of my nutrition, as mentioned earlier, while I do not follow a fad diet, I focus on the quality of what I take in. So I try to consume 1 gram of protein per pound of my body weight. So in order to build or maintain muscle, that's the recommended intake you have. And fun fact, I actually do not take any supplements. I just get protein from the food I eat, and that's actually enough for me most of the time. And yeah, when it comes to my carbs, I don't demonize carbs unlike these fad diets like keto um, or Atkins, right? But I just try to focus on carbs that are low glycemic, so that causes lower spikes in insulin levels, which will really be beneficial if you're trying to lose fat, right? So I've been just so like brown rice, whole grains, wheat bread, oatmeal. That's where I get my carbs from, and healthy fats. So take a lot of um, salmon. Whenever I do use oil, I use olive oil, and yeah, I treat myself from time to time with healthy snacks that I like. Uh,
Mm.
I like peanut butter, good source of fat and protein, and other things that I was able to improvise. I was actually even able to develop the skill of cooking in line with my lifestyle, so making quick, convenient, healthy meals that are not bland, that do have flavor, and being creative as well in the process. So it's been really beneficial for me in my life.
Mm. That's nice. How about you, Santi?
What was the question again? Was it like our workouts, current workout plans, or
Yeah, diba?
uh,
Same as what Marshall said.
Yeah.
yeah,
Tama? Yeah.
yeah. So, currently I do a total body split of working out, which means to say well, total sometimes total body, sometimes upper body, push pull, where it every thrice a week or twice or thrice a week I hit every muscle group, um, at least I hit every muscle group, and to me I find that it's more from experience. I find it more effective in my energy levels, my muscle, my muscle growth and all of that. Like before quarantine, when I still had access to a gym, I had this program that was total body every day. I would just smartly plan my exercises to make sure I'm able to recover the next day. But now I really just focus on the basics and just really just strengthening the basic movements like squats, push-ups, my pull-ups, rows, and some ab work here and there. And I I try to bike every day and at a stationary bike and to get my around 6,000 steps. But that's what I've been doing currently.
Okay.
And just to add, actually, when it
Yeah.
comes to my current workout plan, since March, we know we've all been locked out of the gym, and I actually haven't done any weight training since then. However, I want to share this to prove to people that there's no excuse. So my main method of training is through calisthenics, right? So for those of you who haven't heard of calisthenics, basic concept or idea of it is that you use your own body weight as resistance rather than an external load. So examples of this are your push-ups, your pull-ups, your dip, and for those of you who can't go out of the house to go for a jog, there's still like a wide array of body weight exercises you can do for cardio purposes as well, right? So that's what I've been doing to stay lean. And I, where my cardio comes from, I also do some boxing, shadow boxing, or jump rope exercises. You know, keep your heart rate at a higher level.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. Can I ask for like, for example, I think there are others out there who want to work out and try to have like the body that they wanted. What are your tips or tricks, for that for those beginners?
Wait, sorry, you were choppy at the start. Can you repeat the question?
Um, Sorry, it's raining.
Yeah, okay, I can hear you better now.
Yeah, it's raining. Sorry. So yeah, the question is, can you like obviously there are beginners out there who are watching
Yeah.
our stream right now. Do you have like any tips or tricks that you want to give to the viewers out there so that they could start the body that they wanted?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, everyone's got to start from somewhere. So even the most experienced and the fittest individuals were once beginners. I mean, not too long ago, I was a beginner myself, right? So what I can leave with those beginners watching is to determine your own personal goals, right? Specific goals. So, and um, really, and for consistency as well, to stick to something that you can sustain for a certain period of time, whether that's a workout program or even when it comes to nutrition, um, your personal meal plans, right? So if, as I said, if you follow a trendy diet, but you can't stick to it, right? That just creates yo-yo effect. You'll basically go back to your old behavior when there's an end in sight, right? But me personally, when I started my fitness journey a couple of years ago, I designed my own personal diet to make it work for me, my goals, but at the same time, I would still be able to genuinely look forward to the meals I would eat, right? And for the past 2 years, I've been able to stay and maintain that, right? So consistency, setting specific goals for yourself. And I think a game changer too is having whether that be a partner or a mentor to keep you guided and motivated to really because it's natural. You're probably gonna make some mistakes or different trials to find a program that works for you. But to have someone to mentor you will really make the journey that much. And yeah, just finding something you can stick to. So other than your meal plan, for example, whether you're a fan of weight training or if you want to be more convenient, you can do calisthenics. For those of you who are trying to lose fat, lose weight, when it comes to cardio, if running's too boring for you, you can do something alternatively like boxing, jump rope, or um, other exercise suitable for your basic for your personal needs.
Okay.
When it comes to cardio, running.
Yeah. Um, for me, I'm sorry. Because I always consider myself a beginner. Like I'm never. I always do because there's so much to learn about fitness and so much of things I can't do. So like I would always say to every beginner, first you have to find what you like doing. Because many people have this notion, oh, in order to get this, to get buff, to get a six pack, or all these, to look like this, I need to follow this specific training style. I need to, and this will work for me no matter what. I have to stick to this. But in reality, it really is depending on you. Um, Fitness is very nuanced to the person. So like maybe for you, maybe for me, I prefer weight training, but maybe for you prefer running or you prefer swimming. So you have to find what you like doing, and once you start knowing what you like doing, then you start researching on your own from researching from respected sources. Not so, there's a lot of bad fitness sources online. You just have to be very smart on that and make sure they're respected. But you just have to make sure you find what you like doing, and you try your best to be more active, research more about it, how to be more advanced in that sport in that area, and then also try your best. And that's for the working out activity side, but also for the nutrition side, you also find out what are the foods you like, and from there you start cutting off the things. Nah, I can live without that. I can live without that. I can replace that over time with something close to it but healthier. And then over time you'll find out what you like, what you like before, you don't like anymore because of how you're so used to eating healthy food that what you like before doesn't appeal to you anymore. So it's really a journey of self-discovery and of learning yourself, learning more about yourself and what's best for you. Because in the end of the day, fitness is very subjective to the person. So I think that's what many beginners don't understand and don't know, that fitness is it really depends on you. But you just have to find what makes you active and what and then just research from there.
Okay, that's good.
That's nice.
Um,
Do you ever create, let's say, fitness regimen for, let's say, your clients or for your friends?
Uh, Enrique, you want to start?
Right. Sorry, can you repeat that? I didn't quite hear that. Sorry.
Do you
Can you
have
repeat the question, please?
any do you make any fitness regimen for, let's say, your
Oh,
clients or for your friends?
yes, I personally do from time to time. Actually, started doing it back my college days, right? So senior year, when I was the VP for fitness and nutrition, I was also a fitness mentor, right? So in the fitness improvement thing, we have this mentor-mentee system, beneficial, most beneficial for the beginners as well. So I would hold and lead weekly workout sessions, and at the same time, my door was always open to them whenever they had questions about nutrition or certain exercise programs. And I just try to sit down with them, make it a personal relationship, right? Because I think that person to person relationship is often overlooked in fitness, right? So really building that trust and determining their own personal goals and being able to formulate a program that suits their goals and their situation, right? So yeah, I've done that to fellow students and even to people probably 10 years older who are already parents and trying to get back into shape, right? When they have to
Mm.
raise kids or are stuck in a corporate 9 to 5 shop, we try to find ways to come up with a plan that will be suitable for them, right? And that's actually one thing that keeps me going when it comes to the fitness journey. Once um, I've reached a certain goal, what keeps me going is that opportunity to pass on what I've learned to others and to see them succeed as well.
That's nice. For you, Santi.
I have I have made workouts and then just told them what to eat. Like general ideas. Now, okay, if you want to lose weight, you have to make sure that you eat below this level. Like go to this website, find how much calories you burn in a day, how much, and then you just have to make sure you eat below that, and then download this app. It's called MyFitnessPal. It really helps if you don't know that much about what to get, what's the food
I use that
in
too.
your yeah. Because you start when you start typing down and understanding what is your food, you realize,
Mm.
I this is bad pala, or this is causing me to be fat, or this is causing me to be stay very thin. So it makes you realize more stuff about the food you eat. So I would always say, okay, find how much calories you burn in a day. Use this website, find it there, and then download the app, and then and start for like the first few weeks. Log in your food intake, or like first week, and then from there you can do it without really typing it down. Like, yeah, you have the gist of what you should eat and what you shouldn't. And then I would suggest, like, normally for me, if the person, if it's, say my friend wants to build muscle, and he doesn't have that much experience in the gym, very beginner, uh, I would suggest that he would focus on the primary exercises and weight and say and calisthenics or weightlifting, so that because these exercises will activate more muscle groups, will actually build more muscle in the long run, and actually will develop your overall aesthetic. Plus, because you're using more muscles, more calories are burned, so you end up burning more fat. So I always,
Mm.
especially for beginners, I always try to make sure they get the basics laid down, and then from there on, I can add more um, specific things to their goals. So if they want to be more stronger here, I add something there. If they want to be stronger, like if they want to jump higher, do more leg exercise, and so on. So yeah, but then again, there's a basic foundation that everyone has to go through. Everyone has to have, but again, it's still very nuanced and very subjective to the person's goals. So yeah.
All right. That's very nice, by the way. At least like you get to give let's say enough for beginners on
Yeah.
a certain level of time.
Yeah.
Actually, you guys mentioned that you don't technically specifically follow like a diet plan. So do you guys still allot like a day for like a cheat day?
Okay.
Or
All right.
Enrique.
So I can start. So for the past 2 years, I said I've been sticking to the same kind of diet, really focusing on whole foods, right? Unprocessed, natural, but at the same time, I don't try to eliminate a certain group. Like I don't eliminate carbs. I still eat carbs, but do unprocessed ones, right? And I wouldn't what I'm doing now since I'm pretty seasoned and well into my fitness journey. But me personally, I only have a cheat meal a day like once every 2 months to be real with you. But but for those beginners watching, I think having that cheat meal every now and then, like once once twice a week, will really help you stay in track. Like just make sure you don't go overboard with that one day, and that really helps you stay in track and it keeps your metabolism maintains that metabolism, right? So for those of you who are in a caloric deficit, trying to lose fat, lose weight, you if your body gets adjust to let's say prior to beginning your certain plan or program, you were eating let's say 2,500 calories a day, then in order to lose fat, you probably bring that down to 2,000, right? So for an extended period of time, if you've been doing that, your body will actually eventually adjust to it. So you might hit up with goals, you might see initial results, and to maintain that metabolism, that's where cheat meal comes in handy as well, right? So from time to time, I do that, but I think I've been with your experience over time. If you're up for the challenge, you can try to limit your cheat meals, but as long as you do it in moderation, you'll be fine.
Well, for me, because it's quarantined, every day's been cheat day. um,
that's everyone's excuse.
every day's
Yeah,
been cheat
that's true.
day
That's true.
because yeah, because compared to the dorm, I'm like, okay, when I used to live my dorm in Ateneo, I would really be strict to my food. I have to eat this much like protein, and then because I'm the one making my food and everything. But now because my mom's making my food and make it too good and ends up that's why I'm not as cut up as Enrique. But generally, like I personally don't consider I don't think about cheat days. It's more of like I just eat what like in my dorm. I just eat smart. I just make sure the it's not too bad. Okay, once in a while I would have like a donut, not even a donut, like ice cream once in a while, or something sweet. I mean, just because I feel like it. I guess I don't want to have this negative mindset in regards to health, nutrition, and fitness. Now, ay bawal yan. I can't eat that. Bawal yan. Bawal yan. It's more of I choose to eat this because I want, it's good for me, and yeah, I feel like it. And then I'm like, okay, I ate this ice cream, sige, I just can't eat this later, or it's all about choosing your, weighing the pros and cons. Now,
Mm,
okay, sige, I'll go all out on this for my lunch, but I won't really eat dinner later. And maybe once in a while because it's a party. I don't want to be the type everyone's partying, eating pizza. I'll be the one eating chicken breast in the corner and broccoli. I don't want to be that's the sad guy in the party. So of course, I'll eat and drink with everyone because life's fun. I want to enjoy my life. But yeah, and then it's just more of okay because one bad meal is not going to ruin your entire fitness journey. It's not. That's not how it
mm,
works. It's really if you eat bad meals every day, That's when that's when it accumulates. So like now. So it's really I don't really consider like when I was when before quarantine, I was it's not about what's cheat day, what's not. Oh, I can only eat this. It's really just about, oh, I'm in the mood to eat this. I want to eat it. It's right there. All right, I'll eat it. I just have to be smart with what I eat and what happens and the pros and cons of eating it. That's about it.
Mm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
actually
All
remembered
right.
something.
So,
Also,
Uh,
we have a
okay.
question.
oh, okay.
Ah, uh, okay.
So I actually remembered something Santi was speaking when
En-
he said that
Enrique has something
one
to say.
one unhealthy meal won't necessarily ruin your diet. The same way, when you look back, when you got started on your fitness journey, one healthy meal did not bring you directly to your goal, right? It's a
Yeah.
process, it's a journey, right?
Mm.
That's a cool concept, right? Back when I was starting, when I would eat like one healthy meal, I always felt that I was in a Zen state looking for immediate results, right? But obviously it doesn't work that way. So if you look at the other side of that spectrum, it's the same concept.
Mm, okay. So yeah, we have a question here from one of our
You
viewers.
have a question?
I'll show it to the screen there. Do you recommend
Okay.
intermittent
Okay.
fasting even?
Oh, okay.
Enrique,
Interesting
go
Well,
first.
question.
this is actually a good
Yeah. Okay.
question.
Yeah, I can actually start. Would you recommend intermittent fasting even if you do a lot of cardio workouts in one day? All right. So, based on what you're saying right now, I probably assume you're trying to get leaner, lose some fat, lose some weight, right? So, um, for those of you who are not familiar with the concept, for those watching, intermittent fasting is actually not a diet. Basically, an eating schedule, right? So the most common method is doing 16 8, where you only eat certain time of the day, where you have a certain window, right? So let's say you eat from 12 to 8, and for the rest of the hours a day you fast, right? So would I recommend it even if you do a lot of cardio or not in one day? So keep in mind, intermittent fasting. Why is this effective for some individuals, right? Because when you limit, let's say 12 to 8, so that's basically for some people who eat from 12 to 8, they don't have one meal. They probably push in 2 meals in the day, right? And kind of makes it easier to create that caloric deficit. You basically less than you consume. And cardio, on the other hand, will also put you at that deficit, right, when you burn a certain amount of calories. However, it all comes down to what you still eat in intermittent fasting, right? So you might have this schedule where you only eat meals from 12 to 8. You might just be eating lunch and dinner, right? But some people think that this IF method works like magic, right? Like if I only eat this number of hours a day, I'm gonna lose fat, lose weight. But if you only eat 2 meals a day, but you still go beyond your caloric intake needed to lose fat over time, it still won't take you there. So in cases like that, let's say you do intermittent fasting, but at times you might tend to go overboard, and cardio will definitely be beneficial. But if you do intermittent fasting and still manage to maintain that caloric deficit, if you do keep track of your calories and macronutrients, but if you still manage to be at that caloric deficit when you do fasting alone, then cardio won't be as necessary in that case.
Okay.
Okay, so it's my turn. Do you recommend intermittent fasting even if you do a lot of cardio? Okay, first, many people think, oh, intermittent fasting, there's a special magic way that makes you lose weight. It's just it's just another tactic in losing weight. It's it's because what happens when you that's what Enrique said. What happens when you intermittent fast? You're putting all your calories in one just like a certain hour period. So parang it some people makes them eat less, some people eat more. Again, it's very nuanced, subjective, so it really depends on the person. Also, there's some health benefits for certain types of people with like some insulin, they have insulin problems, but again, that's very subjective. You need an actual doctor to prescribe that to you. um but like, but if you enjoy, if you don't mind intermittent fasting, and that's okay. If you don't mind intermittent fasting, if you actually like, for me, for the longest time when I was in high school, I didn't eat food until it was lunchtime, and sometimes now I wouldn't eat food until because I just don't like eating in the morning. Um, but then when I got into college and then I had class in the like got into college, I started getting hyperacidity in the morning. So it was really hard for me to concentrate in class, and I knew it was bad for me. So okay, I need to eat something, something small. So I would eat like a cracker or like banana, just or a bread, just something to give me energy and fill my stomach from getting becoming hyperacidic. Um, and again, if and I assume that this person, like, you are trying to lose weight. Actually, the best way to lose weight for both men and women is not only your nutrition and having caloric deficit, but it's actually
Yeah.
lifting weights. By lifting weights, sorry, I mean resistance training. By actually, like, doing push-ups, squats, etc. Because when you do, okay, let's say you ran for an hour, you burn 400 calories,
And keep in mind
and
as
then
well that the
yeah,
amount of calories you burn is also relative to your weight and your level of fitness, right?
yeah.
Okay, Santi, continue.
So, okay, so yeah, you burn 400 calories when you, let's say it's 400 calories you ran an hour, and then you actually burn the same amount in a very in in an actual resistance training session with the same amount of time, but you get the added benefit of muscle growth, which in the long term increases your metabolism, increases the amount of calories your body needs. So you have a net gain, net loss of, I mean, a net gain of your caloric maintenance level. So you end up losing weight in the long run because there's more muscle in your body, and then you burn the same amount of calories of running, so you burn more calories in the long run. That's what many people, and
Yeah.
then women especially, because of marketing, really bad marketing, they think now, oh, it's gonna make me bulky, but because of how women are uh, biologically made, you won't end up looking like She-Hulk unless you take steroids. That's not what's gonna happen to you. Uh, you're actually gonna get that toned look that many girls, when they talk to me, they want that toned look. That's what happens when you actually do resistance training. So if you want to lose weight, I would recommend um you actually do resistance training like push-ups, squats, etc. Plus a nutrition or diet strategy that you can stick with. If intermittent fasting works for you, then by all means go right ahead. If it doesn't, that's okay too. What matters in the end of the day, if you want to lose weight, is to eat below your maintenance level. No matter what strategy, it's no matter what tactic you use, that's what that matters in the end of the day. It's just eating below your caloric maintenance level.
Yeah. And I can
See?
actually share my personal
So,
experience as well.
oh, sure.
So, yeah. So it's my fat loss journey, basically. Yeah. I started really getting serious August 2018, and actually until recently, until just this month, in fact, I have never done intermittent fasting, right? But I was still successful in reaching that goal because the single most important thing, as Santi mentioned, when it comes to fat loss, being in that caloric deficit, right? So, and as I said, resistance training, having more muscle mass increases your resting metabolism, right? So the calories you burn at rest as compared to someone who doesn't have as much muscle mass. So you might be asking, so if I managed to reach my goals without doing intermittent fasting for the past 2 years, why am I doing it now, right? So actually, the only reason why I am starting to do intermittent fasting right now is simply for the reason of being able to maintain my current level of fitness and stick to my goals. So now that we're all in quarantine, our non-exercise activity, we move less, right? So basically, to maintain that, I since we don't really go out of the house as often, I just try to maintain the certain deficit that I need. And it has initially it was definitely hard when you can't eat all the meals that your mom makes for you, but she understands my goals, so we're all good.
That's good. So yeah. Um, guys, if you have any questions, just comment it down below. Yeah.
Oh, and
And
Angel, I hope you had an answer to your question. I hope that satisfied you.
yeah.
Good. But if you want to ask more, just comment down. We'd be happy. I mean, we'd be happy to entertain you.
No
Okay.
problem.
By the way, do you often work with physicians?
Do I often
Uh,
work with decisions? Sorry.
physicians, Enrique physicians, like doctors.
Hmm.
Enrique, do you?
Wait, wait, I didn't hear that. Repeat the question, please. Do I
Since
work with
wait,
do I work with decisions?
since you both, wait, no, no, no. I mean, like, since both of you are nutritionists, do you often work with physicians?
Oh, okay.
Can't hear.
Now I heard you.
There we go.
No.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I have been working with physicians from time to time. So
Hmm.
back in college, for example, our org, the fitness improvement team, we were actually partners with the LSHS, the Loyola School of Health Services, which is basically the health department of Ateneo, right? So we were constantly in contact with doctors. We would attend meetings with them, think of innovative ways to make food healthier around campus or make exercise programs for the students. And uh, currently as well, I've again certain fitness events I'm showing. I've been able to meet other like nutritionists, physical therapists, uh, doctors, and we just try to uh, brainstorm, talk about things that are backed by science to be able to market that to people who are trying to begin their fitness journey. Because as Santi mentioned, um, in the era of fake news, keep in mind misinformation exists in the fitness world as well, right? So it's really essential also to keep communication with physicians to see it by science and factual.
Uh, for me, yeah, like we partner with LSHS in Ateneo, basically just a clinic, the doctors there.
Hmm.
Um, but I also, in my pers- I because I'm disabled. I used to regularly go to my physical therapist. But now because of quarantine, he doesn't want to see me because he doesn't want to get sick. He's very careful.
Okay.
Can't blame him. So
Hmm.
um, but I also spend a lot of time researching, not only following doctors, like researchers and of this field, like who are respectable and actually internationally, acclaimed, like Dr. Brad Schoenfeld, Alan Aragon, and then Brett Contreras, etc. I also sometimes read scientific papers in regards to nutrition and what eating well. So uh, I wouldn't say I talk to doctors on a normal basis, but I try my best to make sure all the everything I do and everything I preach or teach is scientifically backed. I don't want to be those uh, gym bros. No, yeah, bro, just do this. You get they just bicep curl all day and you'll get a big chest, even though the biceps not even not the same muscle group. It's different. So yeah, I just try my best just to make sure everything I say and everything I do is just scientifically backed. So yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do
That's
you
good.
recommend any dietary supplements to enhance your performance, or
Okay.
on your friend's performance or client's performance, something like that?
I'm glad you asked that. And yeah, so okay, keep in mind the definition of supplement, right?
Mm.
It supplements what you're currently doing. It just adds on to what you're doing, right? A lot of people think supplements are um, like work like magic, right? Like if I, for example, take whey protein, I'm gonna look like this guy in the magazine who's advertised where this whey protein bar is being advertised, right? But that's it. It's called supplement for a reason. So if you go back to the diet that I do, as I said, I actually personally don't take supplements, but I can still reach my daily protein intake for the day. Um, so that allows me to build or retain muscle with the protein intake you have. However, with people who might be nutrient deficient in certain areas, by all means, yeah, you can you can use these certain supplements, whether that's uh, more protein or if you have low testosterone, GABA supplements can help increase that as well. So yeah, it really comes down. It's a case to case basis, so it really depends on your situation. So I'm actually gonna turn to Santi in a bit because, as I mentioned, protein right per pound of my body weight, I still managed to reach that with the current diet I have. But so because I weigh around 150. However, Santi here weighs much more than me, so it actually might be harder for him to reach that daily protein requirement. Am I right, Santi?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's again it's a supplement. You need, it's just to help you or it can help you with your already existing diet or nutrition or whatever. But like for me, when I was um very strict with, oh no, not strict, but I was very conscious about my food when in the dorm. I had to actually I had to take whey protein because I don't in order to reach the amount of calories I had in amount of protein I need because I weigh around 230 to 40 pounds because I'm 6'4". So I have to
I saw the
so I have
picture,
to
Sam.
yeah, I'm 6'4". So I need to like eat like what 240 grams of protein in a day. You know how sad your life is eating canned chicken breast the size of a Tupperware. It sucks, and I don't recommend anyone do that. It's really bad. Like some nights in my dorm, because I haven't eaten anything or very little in the day because I'm so busy. And I have to meet my protein intake. I have to eat a whole Tupperware full of chicken breast that's just salted. It's just bad. Um,
Yeah.
that's why that's why I take at the time I take whey protein because I can actually ingest that. It's an easier way for me to ingest that protein into my system. That doesn't make me get full. Really full and bloated and hate myself. Um,
Mm.
Yeah.
and it also is helpful if you're very active, if you go to the office or you go to your class, you need protein right away, just drink, just take your shake, and then that's your meal, kind of. So as a supplement, if you lack, if it helps you in achieving your goal, then go right ahead, take it. It's also very well studied, so you don't have to worry about that. Another one I would recommend is creatine. It's an actual type of supplement. That's People think it's like steroids. It's not. It's not steroids. It's very 20, 30 years of scientific back research to prove it's okay. It actually helps with energy transfer when you work out because it has something to do with the ATP. It helps transfer that energy quicker to the muscles. So that's the supplement I take. I used to take, not so much now because I kind of don't need it. Um,
Yeah.
because it helps in my lifting and getting stronger. Because creatine is one of the amino acids or proteins that's really hard to get in food form because majority of creatine comes from steak. And as much as many people love steak, even I love steak. I'm not going to eat 1 kilo steak a day. That's not good. for my own mental health.
Yeah.
So you just take it through. You just take it through again through supplements and either through pill or powder form, and you mix it with your drink, and then boom, that's you have your supplements now in your system that will actually make you better, make you you know become stronger in the gym, and which might help you burn more fat, etc. But again, it's a supplement. It's not necessary, and if anything, it's marginal at best. Um, don't buy into brands. If you see BCAAs, do not buy that. It's just marketing. Do not
Yeah.
pre-workout the pants
No, do
because
not buy. Yeah.
yeah,
No BCAAs, no fat burners.
do not do not buy BCAAs because it's like saying, oh, because they're basically selling two or three proteins to you, like, oh, it's gonna help you gain muscle, but in reality it's you eat that in your meat or your beans. It's just marketing BS. That's what these BCAAs are. Pre-workout, like, it's depends. You just have to be smart in that. Pre-workout is just basically caffeine with some creatine and other supplements mixed in. But again, you can just take coffee or Coke Zero or something, or Monster, Red Bull. It really depends on you. If you needed extra energy, fat burning supplements, just don't take it. It's a waste of money. It's just caffeine in the shape of a pill. Just drink coffee. You can buy Copico for like what, 5 pesos, 10 pesos. So
20 actually. Bought it.
yeah, see. So uh, what else? Multivitamins you can take if you don't have a well balanced meal. If you don't have a well balanced, you don't eat healthy, or you don't eat that much. Take it. Fish oil helps if you need omega 3s, which is help for your brain, for your muscle growth, etc. But again, the staples I would say for healthy, if you needed talaga supplements, protein, like protein powder, or creatine, and coffee, or like
Yeah.
caffeine.
Um,
It's about
And I actually, as I mentioned earlier, I actually don't take supplements, but I, the only time I do is when for let's say quote unquote emergency situations, right? So what's that mean? Like for example, when it comes to my protein intake, most days I do reach that goal. But on days, let's say when you eat out, you don't have total control of what you eat. You log that in, I realize I'm still lacking my protein intake. So that's the only time I actually take whey. But on most days, I can actually reach that goal. And yeah, actually, when I started, I would take omega 3, the fish oil. However, over time, I managed to get that from the food I would eat. So like tuna, salmon, olive oil, uh, peanut butter, those are all good sources of fat, healthy fat. And guys, keep in mind, healthy fats, right? It was actually discovered, I think, in the mid 80s, right? At one time,
Mm.
the trendy diet now is keto, right? And healthy fat. And back then, the 80s, when it wasn't discovered that there were two types of fat, the low fat diet was trending, right? So these healthy fats that you get from salmon, olive oil, tuna, other fish. These are actually prevalent in the keto diet, high fat diet, but healthy fat because these are rich in flavor, right? They don't taste so bland if you think about it, and at the same time, it keeps you fuller for a longer period of time, right? So that's for those people who do follow keto. That's probably what they something they like, but once again, find something that you can sustain and maintain over time.
Okay. We're currently getting questions in the comment section.
oh my
So
gosh.
Wow.
we'll
Wow.
do like let's say yeah. There's like so many questions now. So
Okay,
let's
let's do
go
All
one by
right,
with
let's
one.
go. Let's do it.
one by
Let's
one.
do it.
We'll go with Bianca Junio. Okay. I think Sab went offline. I think due to the internet connection, but we'll just continue. So
Okay.
with the question of Bianca Junio. Hi, can you walk me through an overview of a training program you would set up for a client looking strictly for weight loss and toning? What do you tell clients who are looking for instant results?
All right. Okay. Okay. So for me to start, an training program looking for weight loss and toning, looking for instant results. Okay. The single most important thing I would recommend would be your nutrition, what you do outside the gym, right? Because when you work out for 1 or 2 hours of the day, what do you do for the 22, 23 hours for the rest of the day, right? So when I talk about that caloric deficit, it's about basically burning more than you consume, and at the same time having these quality calories. Keep in mind that two different foods can have the same amount of calories, but vary greatly in their nutritional value, right? And as for exercise, um, as I mentioned earlier, as Santi and I mentioned earlier, find something that works for you, suitable for you in your schedule, right? So cardio, if you enjoy cardio like running or biking, doing high intensity, that actually might bring you and help you burn calories and be at a caloric deficit. However, weight training can be effective as well, since as you increase lean muscle mass, that will increase your resting metabolism, right? And at the end of your question, I noticed instant result,
Result.
right?
Yeah,
Um,
instant results.
just a fair warning, okay? When you're going for instant results, okay, I actually recommend a gradual process, right? Why is this? Okay, Santi covered this when we talk about crash diet, right? The yo-yo effect. So let's say you have a drastic drop in your caloric intake, right? Let's say you go from 2,000 a day to 1,000 a day, right? So that changes dramatically, and you'll see instant results that's actually going to happen. However, some of that might be due to water weight or other factors, and over time, when you can no longer sustain this strict diet that you don't even enjoy doing, you're going to go back to your old behavioral patterns, and that's basically gonna create a yo-yo effect. You're gonna regress, right? So, and also from a scientific perspective, metabolism-wise, right? A good example I would like to bring up is if you guys have seen the show Biggest Loser, right? If you follow the journey of these contestants after the show, right? Okay, because for viewership, they go for drastic changes instantly, right? But if you follow the journey of these contestants after, majority of them actually regain the weight that they managed to lose over time. Why is this so? Because it's a matter of your metabolism. Okay, when you have that sudden change in your metabolism, right, and you go back to your original lifestyle, your body is actually gonna fight back hard as a defense mechanism, right? Why is this so? Actually, our bodies have managed to adapt. So back then, when our ancestors died from starvation, right? It was actually a defense mechanism to make sure for survival, right? And that's how our body is wired, right? So yeah, so try to go for a gradual process, and keep in mind that your current weight, is like a thermostat. It has a set point where you basically hover over a certain range. So if you go over that range like instantly, you're basically gonna go back. So like a gradual process, and that's how I personally did it. And 2 years in, I've still managed to maintain that.
Mm.
Okay.
I would say the same. Well, if you really want to lose weight quick, just don't eat, just starve, or that's the. But again, jokes aside, the best way is always just to have a gradual process. Unless if for your mental health and all, Like, okay, you can try having their most dedicated, the best workout and best workout routine regimen, best fat loss. Your nutrition's on point. If you can stick to that, then that's you. But majority, 99.9% of people don't. Again, it's a gradual process. Many of the like like a famous YouTuber who's very respected, Athlete X. He took him years before he actually ate, got the body he wanted. So again, it's what matters is the gradual process of what do you call that, of losing for fat weight loss and toning. If you want, yeah. And again, weight loss and toning, as I said, Kanina, toning is just it's you get toning by doing resistance training, which is weights, which is push-ups, squats, deadlifts, etc. Fat loss, again, as I said, doing resistance training and having a caloric deficit by eating the things you like and just making sure you eat less of it, or you just smartly proportion everything. Um, so, and again, instant results are never like when normally people say keto gives you instant results. Actually, it's water weight, because what happens is that um your car like because carbs, they store water in your system. So and that water stays in your muscle. I mean, the carbs stay in your muscle. And so when you remove carbs system, your body will try to consume all that carbs. And then and then once you run out of carbs, you run out of water, and that water is a lot of weight. So when people say, I lost 10 pounds, you actually lost 10 pounds of water. So because the water that got stuck in your muscles, so you didn't really lose anything, like any fat.
Yeah.
So and it's not actually very healthy. Even if you do liposuction, I heard from friends, one of friends were like titas who had liposuction. Um, if there's an actual program after to like a psychological program for them to stick with the count, like a psychologist and everything, because it's just it's a drastic change of weight, very drastic. Now one day you're up to 300 200 pounds, and the next day you're 100. That's but then none of your habits changed. You still crave for the food that you want, so you still everything is still the same. So there's no real instant result, and if there is, it's illegal, because steroids or cocaine. Um,
Yeah. And
yeah. So other than other than that, just trust the process, be consistent, and you'll get there. And I would say if you're consistent, it'll take you probably around 3 months, 3 to 6 months to see. You'll see your first changes around a month in, but then the bigger changes 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. But again, what matters is you stay consistent in your training, and you'll get there.
yeah. And a piece of advice I'd like to give to beginners who are trying to lose fat, lose weight, all right? Don't put too much emphasis on what the scale says, right? As Santi mentioned, water weight, for example, right? So keep in mind that weight loss slash weight gain is very ambiguous. It can mean multiple things. It can mean water weight, it can mean fat loss, fat gain, or even muscle loss and muscle gain, right? Me personally, I'm about 150 right now. When I started college, I was that exact same weight. However, my body composition varies greatly, right? So, for example, my body fat percentage decreased by 10%, right? So like, yeah, that's a matter of losing fat, right? But probably gaining muscle in the process as well. That made me maintain that same weight, right? So try to um, take it by your body composition, your body fat percentage, the amount of fat you have in your body over your total weight, or even the mirror will actually be your friend, or taking progress pics. That's actually going to help you in the process, seeing those visual changes over time. Because it might seem like after a month you have the same weight. Let's say you're still 150 after 2 months, right? But that could have actually you may have actually progressed during that period of time. You may still be 150 pounds, but you may have lost 5 pounds of fat and gained 5 pounds of muscle, still bring you to 150.
Okay.
Wow,
Okay.
that's nice.
It's very informative. So I was like, oh my god, so much information.
Big brain.
So yeah, there's another question here, and I think that you answered this earlier, but we'll just go through it just fast. Um, the question is, what kind of training or workout sessions may you recommend beginners? You answered that earlier, so
Yeah.
just give them like
Briefly,
you know.
yeah. So yeah, briefly, foundational exercises, trying to create something balanced and well-rounded. So make sure you don't neglect a certain muscle group, and yeah, make sure to combine strength resistance training along with cardio as well, whatever works for you. But what's important is having those basics um, in check. And for beginner workout sessions, just try to for those trying to build muscle, just try to do a progressive overload, so slowly increasing the weight you lift over time or increasing the rep, increase, or for those of you trying to lose fat, try to increase the intensity of your workout over time. But for those of you who like doing HIIT, for example, if you can't keep up high intensity interval training, do low impact first, then work your way up from there.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, I'll just to give a short for beginners. Focus on the basics. Do a total body workout 3 times a week, around 5 sets or per exercise, 2 minutes rest in between, and download MyFitnessPal. Get your basal metabolic rate. Find it online, and eat below that. And if you're consistent with that, you'll see your results in no time. Just have to be patient and consistent. That's a very basic beginner workout now, a beginner program.
All
Thank you for
right, so
that.
let's proceed to the next question.
Okay, there.
Uh,
Wow, this is quite deep.
Enrique, I think I'll do this
Okay.
first because I have to
What
go in a bit.
challenges?
Oh,
Oh yeah, sure.
okay.
Go ahead, man.
Ah,
Sure.
okay, sure.
Uh, so, what challenges can beginners expect on their fitness journey? And what would you consider to be the most difficult? The biggest challenge is consistency. Is sticking to the working out, sticking to the nutrition plan you have, and eating below that level. Even for me, until now, I'm literally eating cheesecake as we have this meeting about fitness. You know, but I'm like, yeah, it's my birthday. Screw it. So it's all about consistency. That's the hardest. It's because not eh, there'll be some days you'll be so motivated. Yeah, I'm gonna eat below my level, maintenance level. Yeah, I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm gonna work out. But then a lot of days you'll feel tired. You'll feel bad. You feel really lethargic, and like you're tired from school or from work and other responsibilities. You're like, nah, I don't care. I don't want to think about that. Bahala na yan. But it's really all about consistency. And even if you do fall, what matters is you pick yourself up and um, do again and try your best to really stick to that and fight that urge. And then even if let's say you might not do the same amount of effort, or maybe your workout was less, or your deficit is very small compared to what you should have, it's still a deficit. You still worked out, and that's what matters in the end. That you were consistent and that you every day you did something, and it's a it's a it's the baby steps, and then the long, and if but once you accumulate that, those are really long and really big differences. So Well, one of the hardest challenges is just to stay consistent. Other than that, once you got that down, everything will be in order.
Very
So
nice.
yeah.
Santi, before you go, would you like to say anything to the viewers, or would you like to plug something, or probably they could follow your socials?
Yeah. First, follow us on Edzer. I think it has already follows us on our fitness page, right? Uh, uh, Follow us there. Fitness Improvement Team. It's on Facebook. Like and follow, and then join our group, Fit Community. We're trying to build like a subtle Asian fitness type of thing, but more for Filipinos. I mean, anyone can join the colleges, universities, Filipinos, but and have it very wholesome and very a lot of it's very educational, etc. So join. I'll send them the links for them, for you guys to
Okay.
see. Um, and then yeah, I think that's about it because you can
Okay.
add me on Facebook if you want, but um, other than that, yeah, it's really been an honor to be here. I appreciate that you guys had me. It really means a
Thank
lot.
you so much.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
also.
Thanks,
Okay.
thanks, Enrique.
All right. All right. See you, Santi. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Bye.
Happy birthday again. Bye.
Bye. Thank you,
All right.
Santi.
Thank you all.
All right.
All
So for
right.
me,
So yeah.
first,
So
the biggest challenge for me, well, Santi already mentioned consistency. However, one thing I'd like to add is finding your why. You know, your the reason why you're doing this in the first place, right? Um, and is it something that really motivates you, right? Do you only want to whenever I have clients or mentees that I try to build programs for, I always ask the reason behind why they're doing it. Me personally, getting into that fitness journey was to gain more confidence and to be able to have new goals for myself. Okay, because once I entered college, I was no longer playing basketball on a competitive level, and I kind of missed that physical activity aspect in my life. So I kind of transferred that passion into the world of fitness, right? And that's actually one of the reasons why I'm still in the journey. However, if you're doing something simply because, let's say, um, people are telling you to do so. Like I know it's common. Like I notice this all the time. When people's parents kind of shame them for their their shape, right? And that's not gonna be beneficial, for them. And for those people that I train who are going through that experience, right? Who are being weight shamed, I try to give them another reason or purpose. Like instead of doing it to please them, do it for yourself, for self care, to respect yourself, and to let them know that you're not doing it to please others, to be a crowd pleaser, but to do it for your internal state of mind, your mental health.
okay. Good.
That's well
So
put.
yeah. It's so many, infos that's going in my head right now. But okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're
I
all
didn't
very
know that.
educational today.
Yeah. So let's go with the next question. The
Right.
question
Next question. Let's
is
go. One dietary
What
what
recommendation.
dietary
diet
Right.
recommendations are important for
are important for vegetarians?
vegetarians?
Oh, okay.
Wow.
All
Well,
right.
this is like
So
another side of things.
yeah. So for vegetarians, right? So I'm actually personally not a vegetarian. However, I do have a friend also back in the fitness improvement team who was a vegan herself. Um, so for me, well, if you're talking about vegetarian, if it's vegan, because like under vegetarian we have vegan and like different branches. So I'm assuming it's vegan since it's trendy right now, trending right now.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
what I recommend is since you try to avoid animal products or sources, for each since protein is essential, it's basically your building block, right? Whether you're trying to lose fat or uh, build muscle, right? So protein synthesis is actually important, right? That positive nitrogen balance, right? So when you work out, your muscle tears, gets damaged. So recovery period, you need that protein to rebuild the muscle. That's why I kept really emphasizing consuming adequate protein a day, right? So for vegetarians, good protein sources are, um, well, tofu, spinach, edamame, nuts are great protein sources as well. And yeah, there's actually um, a variety of plant-based vegetables that can actually get you that protein boost. But things like tofu, spinach are actually you can't go wrong with that when it comes to vegetarian diet. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
So hopefully that we answered, your questions, and hopefully that you have other questions. Just comment it down below. So, and yeah, there's one here, Enrique. I think you know him or familiar with him. He said hashtag Team Grow today.
Oh,
So
hey, what's up, Andy? So, yeah, so he's actually been probably my number one fan since I started my YouTube
oh,
channel. Right?
okay,
So,
go promote
yeah,
your YouTube channel. Go.
actually, I recently started a YouTube channel. Like the past, I think it's been less than a month actually since I started. So, as I mentioned, I'm the former VP for fitness and nutrition of the fitness improvement team. And since I've graduated, Santi has been my successor, right? But I still wanted to continue what I've been doing and to reach a wider scale of audience through this YouTube channel. So, why is it called Grow Today? So, we talked about beginners a while ago, right? So, no, the important thing, we all grow at a different pace, right? As I said, life is not a race. But the important thing is that you're progressing and improving each day, right? There's an area for growth. There's always, whether you're experienced, more on the experience side, like for me, I've been training for the past 2 years already, but I still have other goals I want to conquer, right? And achieve, right? So there's still room for improvement or growth for me. Way a beginner who's getting started has his or her own goals, right? So I want to make it accessible to everyone, regardless of their fitness level, and to remove that intimidation factor when it comes to fitness or lifestyle in general. Because I'll actually cover a multitude of topics, even going beyond fitness itself.
Okay. So that's good. You follow the subscribe guys to his YouTube channel. We posted it in the
These videos,
description up there.
yeah,
In this live we posted it there.
yeah,
So and the other links, hopefully that Santi will send it to Enrique and send it to us, and we can put it um in our posters, and hopefully to
yeah,
help you guys promote the fitness improvement team and
and
the group that Santi was saying earlier. Yeah.
yeah. And I just remembered this is actually a computer
Yeah.
based organization, right? Actually,
Yeah.
one thing for me, as now that I have a YouTube channel, I actually haven't
Yeah.
been I'm not the most techy person, right?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
actually, yeah. So video editing, that's actually something that I haven't done much before, right? But
Yeah.
I
Mm,
still
yeah, yeah.
start a YouTube channel anyway, right? So it might right now my video editing might be um simple at the moment, but I'm still trying to learn and grow as well. So a
Okay.
multiple basically growing in several areas of your life is what I'm trying to do. Oh, and fun fact, this is odd for a millennial. I actually did not have a Facebook account until I started college, and I got my first phone third year high school. So
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I remember that. I
you
was
remember
looking
that,
for
right?
Enrique on Facebook. Meron bang Facebook si Enrique? Nung, like, during high school days, parang, does Enrique have
Yeah,
Facebook? Parang, sabi ko,
right.
wala.
And actually, I think that's also probably one of the factors that actually led me into the world of fitness. So I
Yeah.
actually never had an Xbox or PlayStation growing up. So while all my friends were playing video games, I was outside, doing physical activity. So that's actually probably one factor that led to me doing what I'm doing right now.
Hmm.
Which is good. Honestly, that's good, right?
Yeah.
It's
Right.
very good. So, yeah, we have another question here, Enrique.
Okay.
Um, from Angel. How
Yeah, this
often
might
do
be
you
the
work with?
last question.
How
Yeah.
often do you work with social workers? Oh, okay. Interesting. I'm actually, so yeah, in college, I was the VP for Fitness and Nutrition. However, I was a DS major, a development study major, right? So I would actually go to communities from time to time and try to um, deal with certain issues they have, talk to the local government, things like that. So I actually have had the opportunity to work with social workers, especially third and fourth year with my major subjects, my major class. So during my time in college, I would probably work with them as often as probably, yeah, monthly. Actually, I would work with them monthly. Uh, um, but for, yeah, now that I've graduated and now that we're in the middle of pandemic, haven't done it as often. However, I do want to go to communities again to promote the an active and healthy lifestyle, and especially for a lot of our countrymen who might be nutrient deficient, right? I kind of want to make a healthy diet accessible even to the masses, since there's this myth that it's expensive to be healthy. However, you can still manage to sustain a healthy diet on a budget.
That's good. That's good, bro. So
Oh,
basically,
by
just
the way, Enrique,
yeah.
just this is the last question from me. How would you advise a client to, let's say, keep a food diary?
Would I? Yes, I would definitely advise a client to keep a food diary. So Santi and I earlier have been mentioning the app MyFitnessPal, right? So basically, you basically try to track the quantity of what you eat, and it calculates actually more than calories alone, right? Since I mentioned quality calories, right? So two foods can have the same amount of calories but vary greatly in nutrients, right? So your macronutrients, your main nutrients, your fats, your protein, your carbs, and then your micronutrients like your vitamins, your iron, uh, and all that other stuff, right? So I think even that food diary really helps you stay on track, whether your goal is to gain muscle or maintain muscle. You'll be able to see how much protein you're taking in a day. If you're trying to lose fat, you want to be in caloric deficit. So you're gonna put in your personal information, your um, level of fitness, how often you work out, your age, your current weight, because as I mentioned earlier, the number of calories you burn is relative to your fitness level and how much you weigh. It's not a one size fits all thing. So it really makes it more customizable to yourself, your current goals, and it really helps you stay on track. Right, that's what I've been using when I began my fitness journey, and without that to guide me, I don't think I would have been as successful.
That's
okay.
nice.
Yeah,
So,
and
any more
consistency
last
as well.
questions from our viewers? Maybe you like to, maybe may
Yeah.
pahabol pa kayo dyan, you know,
Kung may
before
panghahabol pa kayo dyan. Before
going
we
once,
wrap things up.
going.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
be shy. Come on, just comment.
This is a very educational show. Episode 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually another thing I want to develop. People think fitness is all about physical prowess, all about brawn, right? But um, to really succeed, it's definitely important to know about nutrition and the scientific aspect behind it, right? So that's one thing I want to bring awareness to.
It's good.
That's nice. At least the more and more guestings you do, the more and more awareness that you spread.
Exactly.
That's pretty much healthy. So I guess no one is going to comment their questions anymore. Hello, viewers.
And this could be a good thing or a bad thing. It's either we manage to answer people's questions
Yeah,
we
honestly.
or people are intimidated. I hope not. Don't be intimidated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
don't be
fitness is
intimidated.
very an interesting topic, especially nowadays that we're inside our homes.
Here, there's a question. This is a good
Okay,
question.
there we go.
This is a good question.
Okay, what is your message to those
What is your
people
message to?
who weight shame other people? All right.
Oh,
Okay.
Ooh,
Alright.
this is very
So my personal message to those people who weight shame other people is get a life. All right. You have to get a life. Okay. And for those of you who weight shame, I mean, you're only basing it on at face value what you see physically, right? I mean, there's so much more to your uh, value as a person, your character, your goals,
exactly.
and you know, like some of these people who may not be visually as fit as others might have it more altogether than those who look visually good on the outside. Same thing as mental health, for example. People might look good or have it all together, but in reality they don't, right? So um, your weight is just does not define you as a person. I mean, there are people who weight shame people saying, "Oh, you're too lazy to work out." Well, in reality, they actually do work out and are making an effort to do it, but that demotivates them and makes them go back to their old ways, right? So, for those of you who weight shame other people, you need to get a life and focus on other things. Try to uplift more people because that's one thing I want to bring to the fitness community to uplift the spirits of others, to encourage them, to motivate them, and regardless of where they're starting and regardless of their goals, it's all up to you. It's within yourself. And yeah, to all the titos and titas who weight shame others as well. You hear this a lot. It's in Filipino culture as well. Family reunions, people comment, "Oh, you gained weight, you lost weight." I mean, you know, talk about something more substantial, right? Try to catch up with someone. Try to find other areas or subjects of conversation, right?
true, true. Honestly, yeah. To the people who weight shame other people, technically, don't do that. You know, they're trying their best.
Yeah.
Honestly,
And
they're trying their best.
yeah, if I may add, actually, just yeah, keep in mind, yeah, for those of you who have been weight shamed, just try to block it out. Try to focus on your
Yeah,
own personal goals, and keep in mind that you can't please everyone. I know because I've been there. I've actually been pretty much every body type already throughout my lifetime. At one point, I was skinny as a kid, and actually was on the chubbier side at one point, and now I'm more in that level of fitness, right? So whether I
yeah.
was skinny, whether I was chubby, or even now that I'm fit, I still get criticized from time to time, right? So you can't please everyone, but just keep in mind that the greatest obstacle to your goal is yourself, your purpose, finding your why and your reason of why you want to pursue something.
That's a good. That's a good You know, it's nice.
It's a
Nice.
good advice.
It's a good advice. Amazing. It's good.
Yeah.
There. Do we have any other questions, guys?
Any follow-ups? Last
we're
minute follow-ups.
yeah,
You follow?
we're reaching to the 2 hours mark now.
Actually,
I
this is the first time that we're
as
almost
long as
reaching
I'm
our
helping
2 hour mark.
out others, and yeah.
So yeah.
Going once, going twice.
Do you have any
Last chance.
follow-ups, guys? Last chance. You know?
Oh, there,
Oh,
there,
there.
there.
From Santi.
Okay, let's go. What's the
Santi,
next?
guys, promote.
Oh,
Follow
oh,
us
Santi.
on
Yeah.
FB.
Yes. Follow us
There,
online.
guys.
We're really trying to make this fitness endeavor a community thing, to find others who share the same goals and sentiments as you, and that's going to keep you motivated all throughout. And to learn from people who have prior experience, who've been in a similar journey, that's definitely going to assist you in your own journey.
Okay. So there. Any follow-ups, guys? We keep asking the audience to ask questions because this is like you know an opportunity for
Yeah,
them to
it's always
Yeah, it
my
is
discover their
pleasure
actually.
potential.
to help others out and inspire people, so I don't mind.
Yeah, that's why we call this talk show Inspire. You know,
Yes, because we really want to inspire more people to, let's say, be motivated. That's why our tagline says motivation that excites.
yeah.
What else?
So,
Are there
any
any
more
questions?
follow-ups?
By the way, Enrique, someone earlier commented here. She wanted to say hi.
Oh, hello, Verdy. It's been a long time. It's actually, I mentioned at the start that I haven't seen Answer for the past 4 years. And
Yeah.
yeah, actually, Bernice and I go way back. We weren't just batchmates in high school, but we were batchmates in grade school as well. So I knew her since first grade. So it's nice to see you again. Catch up soon. I haven't spoken to you in ages.
Nice. Yeah. Hi, Bernice also. Miss you. So yeah, any more questions, guys? Going once, going twice. Ano to? Are we in
It's an option. It's an
auction?
option.
Okay, so I guess.
I get that.
Oh wait, there.
Oh,
Subscribe to
okay.
Enrique's channel.
Yes, please. Yes, please
Yeah.
subscribe
Santi
to
is
my channel.
promoting also, guys.
Yeah,
There.
you can probably Answer will probably provide a link later on,
Yeah.
and I'm just getting started on this journey. Starting a YouTube channel. That was basically a leap of faith for me as well. Nothing guaranteed, but it's actually long been um, a dream of mine to actually have my own YouTube channel to actually share my knowledge and experience and to uplift others, whether that be in fitness, in lifestyle, uh, even your personal confidence, positive psychology, and from time to time, even grooming and fashion. So I try to cover multiple topics there. Yeah,
It's good. It's good.
and
You're doing
actually,
something new.
yeah, actually, fun fact: I've actually wanted to have a YouTube channel since like high school, grade school. However, the content of that channel changed over time. So now that I have a passion for fitness, I want and lifestyle, like I want to do a fitness related channel. So where I share follow along workouts or healthy meal recipes. But back then, like in high school and grade school, I actually wanted to be a YouTube prankster, which is like really different from what I
Ooh.
want to do right now. I actually wanted to be a prankster back then. Like that was trending back in high school and in
Yeah,
late
Yeah, that
grade
was the
school.
trend before music
Yeah.
pranksters.
it's good. So, any questions for
More
you guys?
follow-ups.
More follow-ups. This is your
Santi,
chance
maybe you want to ask some questions.
to Enrique. To Enrique. Yeah, do you
I
have any
guess.
questions, guys? Going once? We're doing an auction right now. Going
Here we go
once?
again.
Going twice? I know.
All right, the auction is closed.
Close. All right.
Close.
That's a
All
wrap.
Right.
right, that's a
That's
wrap.
right. So, let's have what what are our insights during this, or during this episode. This is what we usually do, Enrique. Every after episodes, we do a wrap up. So, um, we basically give our insights, what we learned about the topic on what we discussed earlier. So here, so yeah, who's going first? You,
Me.
Hans, or me? You go.
Well, the summary of everything. Um, all I have to think of is health is wealth. That's all.
Yeah, I preach that
That's
all
all
the
I can
time.
say.
Well,
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's the one. That's the most important thing that I've learned today. That health is really important. Fitness is also important, and
yeah,
keeping a stable mind.
true.
So how
Mental
about you,
health.
LJ?
That's also it's also the top priority
Exactly,
here.
mental health.
Okay. Yeah. What I learned about this episode is technically, as we talked about mental health last episode. It's also related to this episode because in doing fitness and nutrition, you need to have that mindset. In doing that mindset, you need to not, let's say, not overthink that, because I think it's gonna damage your mental mental ability. Like, because there are people out there. I feel that there are other people out there. Literally want to strive, want to get that body, but at the same time, you need to have that mindset. Um, your body can take so much um, of that, exercise, um, that workout that you're doing, but at the end of the day, your body needs to regain that strength so that um, in your next session, you have that strength again. So you need that mindset that don't overwork yourself, because if you overwork yourself, the tendency is, I think, catastrophic. Right, Enrique? Am I right?
right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. See, um, yeah, because I've seen other people doing so much workout, but at the same time, their mental is basically out of place. So I think
Yeah.
the biggest lesson is that you need to have that um mental mental ability to stabilize everything in a proper amount, so that your body and your mind can, like, balance it out each and every day
Yeah.
that you tackle the
Mm.
sessions that you have. So I think that's the lesson that I learned today. So yeah, thank you, Enrique, for giving us. Thank you, Enrique and Santi. I think who's watching right now, for giving us a very informative and very educational episode about fitness and nutrition. So I think we answered everybody's question, hopefully, and yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have
Oh,
any
and
last words?
Enrique and Santi, thank you very much for accepting our invite. Because if not for both of you, this episode would have not pushed through. So I
Yeah.
really thank you so much.
Thank you,
Right.
guys.
Always my pleasure. And in a bit, we're actually gonna send the links to the fitness improvement team page and our fit community. So the fit community is
Okay.
actually a more personal thing where you can actually communicate with other people who might have similar goals or experiences, and that's what we're trying to do right now. Add that community aspect to it, right? So yeah, I'm about to send the link to that, and I think we've already provided Edzer with our social media. So I provided my YouTube and Instagram links and accounts. You can uh, follow me there. You can even add
Yeah.
me. You can ask for nutrition and fitness advice based on your own goals. More than happy to help and um, help someone get started on their own journey.
Okay. That's good. So basically, with the link that Enrique sent me, I'll put it in the description of this live stream, and you can check it out every time that you rewatch this stream. And also, yeah, I'm really thankful for Santi and Enrique for accepting our invitation, and also for you know being so um, being so yeah being inviting, with the questions that um, our audience are asking. So sige, so thank you guys for watching episode 2 of Inspire Motivation That Excites. Um, So we would like to say again, happy birthday to Santi,
Yes.
and also to Sir K, happy birthday. Thank you for being there always for us, if we need help. And thank you again, Enrique, for joining us tonight.
Thank you
Yeah.
so
Always
much.
my
Thank
pleasure,
you.
and it was a great experience to um, participate in this endeavor. And good luck to you and your succeeding episode. All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Enrique.
All right.
So
Okay.
yeah. So hope that you have an informative and educational, you know, in watching this episode, and I think that we'll be posting a teaser for our next 2 episodes. Hopefully, um, I don't know if we're gonna release it tonight or tomorrow, and let's see. Just stay tuned in our Facebook page, and hope that you enjoy the night, and hope to see you on our next episode. And I think it's gonna be very informative also on their journey to where they are right now. So yeah, do you have any
Yes.
thing to say, Hans?
Uh, First of all, I would really like to thank Santi and Enrique for accepting our invite, and for most of all, um, to the viewers, thank you so much for adding to our views, commenting, sharing your interest in the content. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I hope you learned enough for this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. It's going to be exciting because it's going to be more on what is it again, Edson?
Gaming. We're going streaming now.
That's
So
actually
hopefully
something I
that
have to learn.
yeah,
That's actually something I have to learn more about since, as I mentioned
yeah,
earlier, never really owned a console in my life. So yeah,
yeah.
something
So
I can
I,
actually learn
I
more
think
about.
we'll see you in episode 3, Enrique, in the comment section.
All
Hopefully,
right, I'll try and be there. Yeah.
yeah. So episode 3 is out on Thursday, at 9 p.m. Hope to see you there, guys. It's gonna be live, and see you there.
Keep
Bye,
rocking, everyone.
guys.
Keep rocking. Bye
All right.
Yeah.
bye.
See you
Bye
then.
bye. See you.